Is intuition real? What science says about the sixth sense? Ever had a strange feeling in your gut? A tightness in your chest? Like something was off, but you couldn't say why? And later, you realized you were right all along? Some people call it instinct. Others say sixth sense. But science? Science calls it intuition. And today, we're going deep, not into myths or magic, but into the silent force that's been guiding you all your life. The secret brain. Let's get something straight. You don't just think with your brain. You are your brain. Right now, it's processing billions of signals, but you're only aware of a tiny, tiny sliver. The rest? It's happening in silence, in patterns, in signals you don't even realize you're picking up. That's why intuition feels so strange, because it's truth, without explanation. This isn't woo-woo intuition, isn't some new age trend. It's older than civilization. The ancient Hindus spoke of the Ajna chakra, not a third eye you see with, but one you know with. In Taoism, they called it Shen, the spirit behind your forehead, guiding you wordlessly. Native American elders spoke of listening to the wind within, the sense of danger before it arrives, the ability to feel a lie, even when it's wrapped in a smile. Warriors, monks, shamans, they didn't just train strength, they trained awareness. To see a leaf twitch, to feel a shift in energy, to hear the pause between someone's words. That's not magic, that's trained intuition. And yes, you've felt it too. When science catches up, let's talk data. At Princeton, researchers launched something called the Global Consciousness Project. They placed random number generators around the globe, machines built to produce pure chaos. But just before major world events, September 11th, tsunamis, global crises, that chaos started to sync up, as if the collective human mind felt something coming before it happened. At Stanford, they tested if people could feel when they were being watched, and time after time, they could. Not every time, but enough to shatter random chance. This isn't woo-woo. It's not spooky. It's biology. It's survival. First ever wonder why we say gut feeling? Because your gut has over 100 million neurons. That's why scientists call it your second brain. It feels before you think. It reacts before you see. It tightens when something's off, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Your skin tingles. Your heartbeat shifts. Your breath shortens. Not because you're overthinking, but because something deep in you knows. Intuition doesn't ask for permission. It just moves. And when you follow it, your entire system snaps into focus. The price of ignoring it. Think back. How many times have you said, "I knew I shouldn't have trusted them," or "I felt something was off, but I didn't want to seem dramatic"? See, intuition doesn't yell. It whispers. And if you ignore it long enough, it goes quiet. Not because it's gone, but because you've stopped listening. We live in a world that worships logic, speed, productivity. But the price? We lose the ability to hear ourselves. We miss red flags. We miss green lights. We miss ourselves. How to rebuild the signal? So how do you get it back? How do you sharpen intuition in a world designed to drown it out? Start here. Slow down. Even 10 minutes of silence rewires your nervous system. Meditate. Not to empty your mind, but to tune in. Track your gut feelings. Write them down. Build your own evidence. Listen to your body. Chills, tightness, ease. It's all intel. Stop overanalyzing. Sometimes your first instinct is your truth. Intuition is a muscle. Ignore it, it weakens. Honor it, and it becomes your edge. You're already wired for this. Here's the part nobody tells you. You don't have to be gifted to be intuitive. You already are. You were born with it. You were just never taught to trust it. You were told to think harder, to follow the rules, to wait for proof. But the most powerful truths in life, they don't always come with proof. They come with presence, with that calm, steady sense of, this is right. Even when it doesn't make sense yet. And more often than not, that quiet knowing, it saves you. Listen to what's already inside. So now, let me ask you, what if the most powerful guidance in your life wasn't a book, or a podcast, or a guru? What if it was inside you the whole time? What if the voice you keep doubting is the one trying to lead you home? You don't need blind faith, but you do need brave listening, because the answers you're looking for, the clarity you crave, the next step you need, they might not be out there. They might be a whisper right here. There's a language you knew before you ever spoke a word. A signal you felt before you ever learned to think. It doesn't speak in sentences. It doesn't show up in formulas. But it's there, in every moment you've said, something doesn't feel right. Or, I don't know why, but I just know this is right. Some call it instinct. Some call it a sixth sense. But really, it's intuition. In a world that moves fast and praises logic, we've learned to analyze everything, but forgotten how to feel. We've been taught to chase proof, but lost touch with the quiet knowing inside us. This video won't give you a method or a hack. It won't try to make intuition sound magical or mysterious. It simply invites you to pause and reconnect with a part of yourself you may have silenced. The part that senses danger before it appears. The part that recognizes real love before words are spoken. The part that guides you not with certainty, but with clarity. And if you've ever had a gut feeling that changed everything, share it. Your story might be the reminder someone else needs to start trusting their own. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to Beyond the Known Lens, where we explore the unseen forces that shape your reality. Because sometimes the answers you're looking for don't come from out there. They come from a whisper within. And when you finally learn to trust that whisper, you'll never see the world the same way again.